In January 2019, New York passed the Reproductive Health Act, expanding the right to an abortion for any reason, even to the point of birth. It also eliminated several restrictions on abortion. Democratic Governor Andrew Cuomo signed the nation's most aggressive abortion bill into law as state representatives cheered. Later that night, the governor ordered the One World Trade Center to be lit in pink to celebrate the event and, quote, shine a bright light forward for the rest of the nation to follow. It was the straw that broke the camel's back for attorney Beth Parlato of Buffalo and real estate agent and author Liz Joy of Albany.
I've had enough. When you have people that are supposed to be role models for your children, the governor of New York, clapping and cheering and lighting up buildings for aborting children all the way up until the time of delivery, I just decided that I've had enough.
Joy is a doctor's wife and mother of 4 grown children who has never run for political office before. She says as a Christian and lifelong resident of New York, she couldn't stand by and do nothing.
Our country is built on this Judeo-Christian foundation. And I see in the House of Representatives, we have professed socialists. Socialists do not respect human life. Socialists do not respect freedom.
Parlato, whose campaign ad features her big Italian family passing around grandma's pasta and meatballs, says it's her love of family and family values that compelled her to run in New York's 27th congressional district.
As a conservative and as a Christian, family is everything to me. My kids are everything. What kind of world are we going to have for our children and for my grandchildren if we don't do something about what's going on in our nation right now?
Although Joy and Parlato have plenty of passion, what they'll need come election day are votes. And as the new kids on the block, they face an uphill battle. Liz Joy is running in a Democratic stronghold against incumbent Paul Tonko, a 70-year-old career politician who has held the seat since 2009. He voted against the Born Alive Abortion Survivors Protection Act, which protects babies who survive a botched abortion. He voted that those infant children should not receive any medical care. He's also a strong supporter of Planned Parenthood.
I'm deeply concerned by the misguided fixation to take away valuable resources from women with efforts to defund Planned Parenthood.
Joy says Tonko's abortion views are too extreme for many New Yorkers, even some Democrats.
I am conservative and I am pro-choice also, but I think that was too aggressive.
This is kind of a decision between women and their doctors instead of amongst male legislators.
So you're okay with being a resident of the state with the most aggressive abortion laws in the country?
Well, yes, because I think that government should really get out of making that decision.
I don't like it. I think taking a human life is wrong. And I don't believe that an inconvenience is something that should justify that.
Meanwhile, Beth Parlato is running in the state's most Republican district, New York's 27th, just outside of Buffalo. The attorney, former judge, and former Fox News contributor will try to fill the seat previously held by Republican Chris Collins. Collins recently resigned before pleading guilty to charges related to insider trading.
The election to win in this election is the primary. So whoever gets through the primary will be the next Congresswoman.
Parlato believes we are one election away from socialism and says there are too few conservative women in office.
We have 13 Republican women in Congress. There's 90 Democratic women in Congress. So the loudest voices are the voices on the left. And we don't even hear anything from the Republican women. We need more Republican women to sit at that table and to get things done for our families, for our nation, and really for the voters in New York State, in my district.
In order to sit at that table, Parlato will have to beat 2 other Republicans, both current New York State senators, Rob Ort and Chris Jacobs. But Parlato believes she has the edge.
Everywhere I go, no matter where I speak at, speaking in front of homeschool groups or conservative Christian groups or Christian radio or even conservative radio, no matter where I go, the reception has been overwhelming.
For Joy, winning in a solid blue district will depend in large part on the evangelical turnout. In 2016, she wrote a book called How to Be Salt and Light The Christian's Guide to Voting. She says if believers will get out and vote, they can change the political landscape of America.
In 2016, the country had the largest evangelical Christian voting bloc that ever turned out in the history of the nation to vote. And, you know, we have President Donald Trump, as a result, a pro-life president and a pro-life, yes, pro-Israel, that's right. Christians need to be steering the country instead of it being the other way around.
Win or lose on Election Day, Joy and Parlato say this is not the time to be silent. They hope their campaigns will inspire others to let their voices be heard for such a time as this. Wendy Griffith, CBN News, New York.